Yes guys, welcome back to a new video. It's 2021 now, and it's been a while since we've sat down and spoken about Bolton Wanderers. As you know, a big part of this YouTube channel is Bolton. I started my vlogs, it must have been like 6 years ago, going to Eastleigh away. I was a kid, my voice was super high. I might even put a video on the screen.
Well, it's never easy to be a Bolton fan. Theo, I go back 46 years. It's 1975 when I went to my first game.
Yeah.
And I was watching Peter Reid, Sam Allardyce, Neil Watmore. You've only got to go back 15 years. And we had a period of 4 seasons where we were the 5th best team in the league. Now, stop laughing. That is fact. Only Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal were better over 4 seasons.
But right now, we are sitting in the 4th tier of English football. 1 league below, we'd be in non-league. It's got to that point.
At one point, we were 21st in the 4th tier of English football. Now, in our history, and we've been a football club for 147 years, we've never been lower than that.
And it's time to give you an update of a storyline from the last Bolton vlog we did until now, because you guys need to be refreshed.
Oh my goodness, watching that takes me back, because for me, Theo, it's all about going to the games.
Absolutely.
It's match day, it's meeting your friends, it's having a laugh, having a cry, and I miss those days so much.
You know, even though it was a 0-0, it might be the most boring game ever. It was the last Bolton game we went to.
The tragedy of this coronavirus is very deep. I mean, some of the Bolton fans who we saw a year ago are no longer with us, and we miss them. Yeah. Some of my friends, the likes of Twiggy and Baz, they nearly died because of the virus.
Yeah.
And that puts it into perspective. And I always say, when I go back to the Reebok or when I travel away, it feels like going home. It feels like being with family. And if you're a football fan, you get that.
And it may take us, 5 hours to get there from where we are, but we still do it. We still do it. We'll travel away all around the nation to go watch our beloved Bolton. That is a fact, and we will be back there when we can get back into the ground. Let's give a little bit of information at the end of last season. We had Keith Hill. Is he the manager today, Dad?
No, we brought in a guy called Ian Evatt.
And we'll speak about him a little bit later, but all the players we had at the end of last season have been changed around. A lot of you guys are in for a shock. There is no more Johan Zuma, no more Daryl Murphy. It's all changed around, guys. The reason Bolton end 23rd is because the one team below us was Bury FC, who were kicked out of the league because of financial problems. You guys probably remember when me and Thogdad were sitting down sending messages to the EFL about Bolton and Bury to save our clubs, and unfortunately Bury got on the bad end of that, and they're still looking for a takeover. They weren't even given permission to enter the National League. The EFL said no. And that brings us on to the 2021 season. We got relegated, we had a 12-point deduction, Keith Hill left, all the players left, most of the contracts were 1 year anyway. This was the beginning of something new. The owners, as we said, the Britons, they looked out into the market and they thought, you know what, we're going to pick up this manager called Ian Evatt from Barrow. He got them promoted from non-league to League 2. A lot of the other teams in the league, they weren't expected to go out with the money they spent, but it was a really good job from the manager.
Well, and it was a big gamble because before Bolton, he'd only ever managed 3 EFL games. He was briefly the manager of Chesterfield. He was manager of Barrow for 2 seasons. So he took a risk on a 39-year-old.
And the manager brought in some players in terms of Owen Doyle, who last season in League 1, that's the biggest name we signed, right? Because in League 1 the year before, he scored something like 25 goals under Swindon, which is absolutely insane. The fact we brought him to League 2 was nuts. We also got Anthony Sarcevic, with Plymouth fans spoke very highly about, and we started to bring in these big names like them two, Delfonso, and many more, and it was already looking like we were favourites to go up. You know, we did our predictions. I predicted Bolton to end 1st in the league, and I said Carlisle 20th. We won't speak too much about that.
Everyone expected HMS piss the league, and we suddenly started losing games.
That's the problem. We started off the season with 3 losses on the bounce. We had a very good team. Owen Doyle wasn't scoring yet, and people were just questioning what's going wrong. We kind of had mixed form until we got to November, where things started to look a little bit more positive, didn't it, Dad?
The manager won Manager of the Month after stringing together a few wins, yes.
4 wins, and the first was a 2-0 win over Salford at home. We weren't favourites, no one expected it. And there's a famous photo of Gary Neville at the ground, sulking, pissed off that we'd done them. Owen Doyle got a goal, and that was the beginning of a good run of wins in November. Now let's bring it on to the next month, which is December, where things started to look a little bit more disappointing, didn't it, Dad?
Was that when Port Vale scored 6 past us there?
I don't know how that happened. I don't want to know how that happened. It wasn't the greatest viewing, I'll give you that right now. We may have scored 3. But we conceded 6 to Port Vale, who are now something like 20th in the table. Bit of a scratch of the head moment. But listen, overall that season, that December month, we did get 1 win. Yeah, and that was at Cheltenham away, where we beat them 1-0. It was the only game this season that had fans.
Yes.
1.6k attendance. And when we scored, which was a late winner by the way, there was 1 Bolton fan in the ground who recorded it. It was lived. All the Cheltenham fans were absolutely fuming, and there will probably be one watching this that were at the game. There was 1 Bolton fan who recorded them running over the fans, celebrating it. Just a glimpse of what the season could have been with fans. We actually sacked or he left Tobias Phoenix. There was a bit of a staff change around. And in January, we signed some big players, Thogdad, didn't we?
We certainly did.
One of which being Marcus Maddison from Charlton. And that shocked the whole of England, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
People were online saying, how has this League 2 club picked up a player that was linked with championship clubs? And then we also brought in Kieran Lee from Sheffield Wednesday, who is an absolute baller, by the way. He's way too good for League 2.
Yes.
There's one thing about him which he's a little bit injury prone, but we also got MJ Williams from Blackpool. We signed Declan John from Swansea.
Yeah, amazing.
Who is so good. We finally have some pace on that left side, that left flank. He is rapid, and he's got a really good cross on him.
Theo's like, we've got to watch Marcus Maddison's debut on the iFollow. So we switch it on, and what happens there?
He gets a red card straight away. That didn't really go to plan, but it did get rescinded, and then we got a red card the next game. It also got rescinded, but then there were a few games for postponement. It was snowing and very rainy up north. Then, later on in January, we went on a run, and this is where we were 19th position in the table. We're now 4 points from automatics in 7th. Now, the reason we jumped up so many places in the space of about 2 weeks is we went 5 wins in a row. Over 7 games, we've got 6 wins and a draw. Bolton Wanderers are back, aren't they, Dad?
They are certainly back.
We've been scoring last-minute winners versus Mansfield, which was very nice after all the delays and stuff. Barrow, we beat them late on last game. Southend was like 82nd minute. And we've got a couple lads that we bring on, that Ian Ever brings on, that he's just got full belief in, and they're smashing at the moment. Sean Miller has scored a couple last-minute winners. Some of them were pretty dodgy, like it bounced off the post, and it was like a Pickford moment, but I'm not complaining. Arthur Ganua, his goal at the end versus Mansfield, what a banger that was.
Absolutely brilliant. And the main thing is, we seem to have gone about 2 years without a single winding up order.
I know.
So that's really important. Behind the scenes, there seems to be stability. Good owners.
Yeah, and I can't thank the Britons enough for the job they've done. We're finally looking financially stable. We finally got a team that's playing well together.
Watching Bolton Wanderers on a little screen on that desk there is not the same as going Bristol Rovers away or Harrogate at home,
at the pubs,
meeting your mates, down the pub, having a laugh, the limbs, the pyro, all of that. That's what it's about. It's coming back soon.
Coming back soon. Stay tuned. Guys, smash the like button, subscribe so you don't miss the future content. Thank you for watching this video. That is an update on Bolton Wanderers. And let us know in the comments below, what was your first Bolton vlog that you watched on this channel? Let's throw a bit of nostalgia in there. See you in a bit, guys. Bye.
See ya.